Hi, I'm Amy, and this is my little sister, Anne.
Hey.
My brows are long overdue for some grooming, and Anne is my kind of brow guru, and she always helps me with my brows. So today we're gonna show you how to easily groom and trim your brows. It's really just gonna require 2 steps, so we're gonna show you how to do it.
Yay.
Okay.
Subscribe.
Ooh, I personally don't wax my brows. I don't know, do you ever use wax?
I've literally never waxed my brows. I never will.
I used to get them waxed when I was younger, but my skin is really sensitive. One time I had that thing where it like ripped off part of my skin.
Yeah.
So also if you use a retinoid, you need to stop using it 7 to 10 days before you get waxed because it can make your skin too sensitive and you can have that same problem where you kind of rip off the top layer of skin. Ever since that happened to me, I just avoid waxing, and I've found that tweezing is a way better way to groom them. Both of us, we like to keep our brows super thick. So there's not that much to tweeze. And I think a really important part is also trimming, just because we do both like to keep our brows really long and we really like to do that lifted look. I have done a brow tutorial on how to get that lifted fluffy brow look. So if you're looking for that, I will link it above. For grooming the brows, Anne, what is our first step?
Plucking. So we just do a little tweezing. We usually just go for, you know, any strays that are underneath. This section often builds up. If there's anything on top also, like, we just kind of try to make everything uniform between the two and just, you know, get rid of any of those stragglers that are kind of not contributing to the shape that you might want. That one's for the ones that are just a little bit thicker. And for the ones in the middle, you can kind of just grab a bunch of those whiter hairs. For the ones that are not fully sprouted or deeper in there, I like to use the thinner tweezer. Just starting with the ones that are maybe the stragglers on the bottom to help even out that shape.
What are your tips when you're tweezing?
You pull with the grain and you want to get at the root. You don't want to be pulling from the end of the hair because then you could hurt yourself, you know, because then you might not actually pull it out. To the middle, get some of these just, you know, they're super thin and you don't really have to worry about them, but you want to make sure you have good lighting when you're tweezing and stuff. You want to be able to like see every hair. I like to use like a smaller mirror just because then I don't have to like lean into my mirror, really making sure that I see every hair.
To avoid over plucking, you say like if there's ones you're not sure about, wait until you trim and you're really more finished, and then you can decide if you should pluck them or not.
Because you don't want to overdo it, which I've done thousands of times. So.
Me too.
So I'm gonna leave that one for now.
So now we're going to trim.
So I use one of these
brow scissors.
Yeah, they're basically just like the thin scissor. These are for brows. I think this is Anastasia. I'm gonna use the spoolie to kind of push them up. I'll brush through, hold that in place in order to get it. And I think in general for trimming is the same as tweezing. You don't want to go too hard at first. Give yourself a chance to revise. When I'm trimming, I'm kind of trimming with the angle of the brow. I'm going to trim in the direction of that arch so that I'm not disrupting that shape. So there was one hair that I wasn't sure if I wanted to pluck, and now that I'm trimming, I can tell that it's pluckable. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so once I've gone through the whole brow, I'm just going to kind of brush back up and see how things are looking. A little more here.
So here we have trimmed versus not.
And you know, nobody's brow, what do we say? Brows are...
They're sisters.
Sisters, not twins.
So this is an optional step, but because both of us like to do that lifted fluffy brow look, we like to actually gel them after we've trimmed and tweezed, just to make sure that there isn't any like trimming that needs to be fixed. So I'm gonna quickly gel my brows using my favorite Got To Be Glued. This gel step just lets you see if there's anything coming outside of sort of the line of the shape you're trying to create.
So maybe we'll just do like a little more trim right here.
I haven't filled them in or anything, so they'll look more kind of cohesive once they're filled in. This is even easier to do on yourself. I just trust her more because she's the brow guru of the family. I hope this was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like. And if you'd like to see more content like this, then please subscribe. Thanks, Anne.
Yeah, sure.
Bye. Bye.